To be reading Hasan's idea.
Hello guys, today reading Hasan idea. Hasan idea by Jill Atkins and Rosen Rupert. Chapter 1. Getting ready for Christmas. It was getting dark as Hasan, Rashid, Harry are home from school. It would soon be time for the school holiday to start. As he walked, he glanced up at the colorful street decoration. Everyone was getting ready for Christmas. At school, he and his friends had talked about what they were going to do in the school holiday. As Hasan walked past the brightly lit shop, he thought about the lesson they had had with Miss Fisher that afternoon. We have been thinking about food as our topic this term, said Miss Fisher. Talk in group about the food you eat on place special occasion when you celebrate with your family and friends. Hasan worked with his friends James, Rowan, Holly, Devi, and Ellie. You go first, Delhi. Evie, said Jenny. James, Delhi. Devi told everyone about the food her family ate together in Diwali. The spicy samosas and delicious sticky sweets like ladus and barfi. The children all licked their lips. Your turn, Hasan. Hasan said. Hasan said, Jem, will. Well, said Hasan, thinking at it all. Fita, we have a big celebration with lots of food. It comes at the end of the month of Ramadan. That's a sacred time of fasting and praying.
Oh, yes, said Ellie. That's when people don't eat during the day, isn't it? That's right, said Hasan. From sunrise to sunset every day. Then, at the end of Ramadan, we celebrate the holy day of Eid. This is a special day for Muslims. In my family, we all gather together and everyone brings food and we have a huge feast. It's wonderful. That's interesting, Hassan, said James. I didn't know about fasting. I'd like to know more about that. Now, what about your special food, Ellie? Ellie explained that she was looking forward to Christmas dinner. We eat turkey and stuffing and roast potatoes. Nan brings Christmas cake. Grandad eats so much that he falls asleep and snores. All the children laughed. As Hassan arrived home, a delicious spicy aroma wafted around him. It was coming from the kitchen. His teenage sister, Amira, was already sitting at the table. I'm starving, she said. Time to eat, Hassan, called Mum. Get washed and sit down, ready for dinner. At that moment, Dad came home from work. He ruffled Hassan's hair. Had a good day? He asked. Hassan nodded. It was really interesting, he said, and it has made me think. What about? Asked Dad. Well, said Hassan, we were talking about how everyone does different things and eats different things when we have our celebrations. My friends really wanted to find out about Ramadan and why people fast. I'd like to tell them some more about it. Could you help me think about what to say? Let's eat first, said Dad, and then we'll talk about Ramadan while we clean up after dinner. Chapter 2. Hassan explains. Next morning, Hassan met his friends James and Ellie at the school gate. You know what we were talking about yesterday? Said Ellie. Well, I was wondering, aren't Muslims allowed to eat anything at all during the day when it's Ramadan? Hassan shook his head. No, he said. When Mum and Dad are fasting, they don't eat anything between dawn and dusk. I talked about it with my dad last night. Holly, Rowan, and Debbie joined in the conversation. How long does Ramadan last? Asked Debbie. A month, said Hassan. That a whole month, said Holly with a gasp. That's a long time. So what else do you do during Ramadan? Hassan could see that they were interested, so he kept on talking. So my parents really look forward to Ramadan, he said. You might think that they don't like fasting, but that's not true. My parents get up very early before dawn to eat, he explained. This meal is called suhoor. It's like breakfast, only they eat quite a lot because they won't eat for the rest of the day until dusk. Then we have a big evening meal with the whole family together. We have a big meal to celebrate Diwali, said Debbie. We're Hindu. We have a big party at the end of October. Oh yes, I remember, said Rowan. Mum and I came to the party, didn't we? You called it the Festival of Light. Debbie grinned. Yeah, we dress up in bright clothes and have lovely food and lights and fireworks. Your party was great, said Rowan. At that moment, the bell went for the class to begin. It was the last day of term, and everyone was in a party mood. The children played games, ate sweets, and sang songs with Miss Fisher. As the school day ended, everyone rushed towards the gates, hurrying to get home. Happy Christmas! See you in January, shouted Ellie and James. Debbie slapped Hassan on the back. Enjoy your holiday, she said with a grin. Hassan laughed. Yeah, and you too.
Chapter 3 Christmas Holiday. The school holidays were wonderful, but the days seemed to last forever. Hassan missed playing with his classmates, especially James. He wondered what they were doing with their families. One day, Hassan and Amira went to visit their aunt and uncle. Later, as they hurried home in the cold December air, they heard music and saw people coming out of a church. Oh, yes, said Hassan. Today is Christmas Day. Some of the school friends will have presents. Oh, I hope they are having a wonderful time. I am sure they were, said Mia. You will hear all about it when you going back to school. I can't wait to hear if Ellie's granddad fell asleep again. He ear and Hassan smiling. A few flakes of news snow whirled in the air, and they pulled their coats tighter. If I've had an idea, said Amira. Oh dear, Hassan groaned. His head is his sister's ideas before. Why not invited your friends to eat all fida when it comes? Hassan stopped and stared at his sister. Then he shook his head. I am not sure, he said. It was time to family, isn't it? Amira linked her arm through his. Yes, but it's lots also a time for friends. Why don't you ask mom and dad? This evening, I am sure they would be thrilled to have your friends share it with us. Hassan nodded. The more he threw about Amira's suggestion, the more he liked it. They could found out all about it for themselves. Hassan's stomach did as somersault. His was so excited. It would be Wonderful if his friends could come.
As soon as they entered the hallway, Amira nudged her brother. Go on, she whispered. If you don't even ask, I'll never know, finished Hassan, grinning at her. Wish me luck. Hassan went into the living room. His mum looked up from her laptop in surprise. Hello, she said. What have you two been planning? Nothing. I don't believe you, Mum smiled. Come on, out with it. Hassan took a deep breath. As Amira had said, if you don't ask. Well, I was thinking about my friends in school, he said. You know how we all celebrate different things. Devi is Hindu, she celebrates Diwali. And today is Christmas Day for Rowan, Eddie, Holly, and James. Did you know? Yes, of course, said Mum. And we celebrate Eid at the end of Ramadan, said Hassan. So? His mum's smile gave him confidence. Well, some of my friends were asking me about Ramadan. They were really interested, and I was wondering if I could invite them to our Eid celebrations in the summer. I see. The door opened and Amira walked into the living room. It was my idea, Mum, she admitted. I think it's a fantastic idea, said Mum. Really? Hassan beamed at her. Then, when Dad got home, Hassan told him about Amira's idea. I don't see why not, said Dad. That's a really good idea. Hassan was thrilled. He couldn't wait to tell his friends. Chapter 4. Getting Ready for Eid. A few months later, it was time for Ramadan to begin. When it fell in the summer, it was a long time between dawn and dusk when Hassan's parents would break the day's fast. Eid al-Fitr would come 30 days after Ramadan began, on the night when the new moon could be seen in the sky. Hassan got more and more excited as the time for the big celebration got closer. He wrote out 5 invitations. Hassan Rashid and his family invite you to celebrate Eid al-Fitr with them on Saturday, 5 June at 2 p.m. Hassan posted one to each of his friends. I hope they can come, he said to Mira as they walked home from the postbox. He didn't have long to wait to find out. On Monday, he arrived outside of school. 4 smiling faces greeted him. You bet I'll come, said Davy. My dad says I can come too, said Holly. Same with me, said James. Me